I don't know what it is, but it seems like the beginning of 2018 has been extremely leaky for Microsoft. Every new day that passes by, some new information gets passed around, rumors, leaks, and all that stuff. But today we got some interesting news, some very interesting news. A company called Storylab basically came out on their website and said they are working with the Coalition Studios on a new IP. So let's talk about that right now, shall we? What is going on, guys? Randall Thor 19, the man with the million, back again with another video. And if you missed it yesterday, I posted a video about how Microsoft and Phil Spencer are opening up their checkbook and trying to get more exclusive games full and timed to kind of fill out the portfolio and library for the Xbox One. And of course, there's the rumor a few days ago about all the big games that the Reset Era leak, the Fable 4, the Mech Assault, the Perfect Dark, all that stuff. Make sure you guys check out all those videos because they are pretty good. And this is very interesting because this isn't necessarily a leak from a poster on Reset Era or anything like that. This is taken from a company's website. And the link will be in the description so you can check it out for yourself as always. Now, the Coalition is well known for making Gears of War 4. And there's always been this debate within the Xbox community for them to make something other than Gears, to like spread their wings and fly. People want the Coalition and 343 to make something other than what they currently make, which Gears of War and Halo. Now, some people are against that idea. Some people just want them to make Gears and just make Halo because that is what they like. They don't want to see their favorite developer make something different. But with the success of Horizon Zero Dawn and Guerrilla Games, who used to make Killzone, a lot of people out there be like, well, why can't the Coalition step outside their comfort zone and make something else? Why can't 343 do that? So there's this kind of debate going on in the community about the best way to utilize these studios that Microsoft owns. Kind of ridiculous if you ask me. More video games is always better, right? And I would love to see what the Coalition can do outside of Gears of War. Well, today we have this website from Storylab, a company that has worked with the Coalition in the past. And on their website, if you go to it, it says right there in big bold letters, new IP with the Coalition Studios 2017, currently in production 2017. Please check back for further updates on this production. Now, this has a lot of people excited all across Twitter and the forums because people just assumed that the Coalition were going to be making Gears of War for the foreseeable future, and they will. I'm not saying that they're going to stop working on Gears of War. Of course they are. Microsoft paid, what, $1 billion for Gears of War. Gears of War 5 is coming. That is their bread and butter. But see, here's the thing with Storylab. So if you click on About Us to learn more about what they are a multimedia production house located in Vancouver, BC. Storylab's vendor relationship with Microsoft, helping to produce the new Gears of War gaming franchise, an exciting venture that helps Storylab grow into an even more diverse brand. In the arena of film and television, we strive to continue raising the bar by developing and producing celebrated projects that attract and inspire audiences through the art of storytelling. For more information on our services, blah, 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 blah. Right? So they don't actually make games. What they are is more of a... They provide a wide range of services to the gaming industry, right? They include motion capture services, casting services, stunts and performers, production crew, payroll services, and production consultation. So they don't actually make the game. That's still the Coalition. So that's why this is kind of a big story. I know there was the leak earlier about how, Perfect Dark is being made by someone the Coalition's helping. Whether that's been debunked or not is kind of up in the air. There never was said that Coalition was making the game, only that they possibly could be helping. This right here was basically mean that, the Coalition's making this game. Are they, in fact, going back and taking another look at Shanghai? If you recall back at E3 2013, Phil Spencer got up on stage and, announced that Black Tusk was working on a stealth action shooter called Shanghai. They showed a 30-second trailer at the show. And then a couple years later, in fact, I think it was next year, they bought the Gears of War franchise. They chained Black Tusk Studios into the Coalition, and the rest is history. They made Gears of War 4 in a couple years, and presumably they're making Gears of War 5 probably, well, depending on when Halo 6 comes out, probably for 2020, 2021. But they are a big studio. If you check their website, they are hiring for a lot of positions, presumably people think for Gears of War 5. Now, if you go back on the Story Lab's website and look at the projects, their production page, you can see they've worked with Microsoft. They've done Gears of War Ultimate Edition and the Gears of War 4. Both of those say released August 25th for Gears of War Ultimate Edition. They supplied all these different services, and then for Gears of War 4, this says release here, blah, 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 blah. And if you just hover over this picture of the Coalition, it says new IP with the Coalition Studios 2017. So, I mean, I guess they updated the page wrong. I guess this could be a mistake on their end. But we're going to go with the assumption that this is all true because, you know, where's the fun in basically saying that it's a mistake on the websites? And now there is an interview with one of the leaders of Story Lab that I wanted to kind of read to you guys. It says, how did you first get involved with Microsoft? He goes, I received a call from the director of production of the newly formed Black Tusk Studios, which was Microsoft production arm in Vancouver. They were looking for help with the physical side of production and asked if I could come in for a meeting. At the time, Black Tusk was developing a brand new IP and needed help with the performance capture and motion capture shoots. With Story Lab's priority of telling great stories and Black Tusk's venture into a strong narrative-based IP, the partnership was a natural fit. After almost 2 years of work on the new production, the Black Tusk team was honored to get the nod from Microsoft head office to take the helm of their new Gears of War franchise acquisition. The original IP was put on hold, the Coalition Studio was formed, and we all got to work on making sure that the next installment of the Gears of War franchise exceeded the loyal fan base expectations. So this is pretty damn interesting in my opinion, because it's one thing to say, oh, the Coalition's helping with Perfect Dark or they're helping with PUBG. It's small things, right? People want to know, what game are you building? And with Story Lab, since they don't actually make games, they just do motion capture and the whole different suite of things that they provide a studio, they're saying that they're working with the Coalition, and the Coalition is making the game. So, we know that they're working with Gears of War 5, but that's not a new IP, so you can scratch that off. Perfect Dark, not a new IP either. You can kind of scratch that one off as well. So what exactly could they be working with? I mean, they do have Shanghai. I don't know how deep into production that game went before they, turned and went into Gears of War, but it is definitely a potential game they could revisit if a lot of work was done on it. Other than that, I'm not entirely sure. I mean, a new IP could literally be anything. If it said an existing IP, well, then you could have a whole bunch of discussions about a whole different type of games and IPs that Microsoft own. But a new IP could be a whole bunch of stuff. But either way, unless this is just a wrong listing on the website, which it potentially could be, and I'm going to say that, keep that in mind, maybe it is. I don't want to sound like a downer. I don't think it's a wrong listing, but just keep that in the back of your mind that maybe it is. But I don't know. I think they put it up here for a reason. They obviously have a deep connection to Rod Ferguson and the Gears of War team and the Coalition as they worked on Ultimate Edition with them and Gears of War 4. If they were working on a new IP, then they would probably go to them. So I think there's some truth to this, and I don't know anything about it. Like, I'm completely, this is the first I've heard of things, But you can tell by the way people are reacting across social media that people are excited to see what the Coalition can do given a new opportunity, given, a new leash on life, right? A new lease on life. Like, the Gears of War is great and will be great for a long time. They're not going to forget their fans that basically made them. But maybe they want to try something new. Maybe they want to fill the gap between this, release and from Gears of War 4 to Gears of War 5. So they maybe make a little smaller title in between them and then put out Gears of War 5. And if that new smaller title that they worked on with less people than Gears 5, maybe if that's successful, who knows what happens? Maybe then you have 2 franchises. I just see a lot of hope in this. People seem to be really excited about the prospect of the Coalition working on something other than Gears of War, and that is pretty damn awesome in my opinion. So I'm going to ask you guys, what do you think about all this stuff? Are you excited to see the Coalition make something other than Gears of War? If you are, make sure you let me know in the comments below. What would you like the Coalition to work on? Are you one of those people that would just like to see them work on Gears of War and have them pump out a Gears of War sequel every 2 years? If you're one of those people, make sure to, tell me why in the comments below, because I'm kind of interested in reading why, you would just want them to just make Gears of War forever. I kind of want to see what they can do outside of the third-person shooter category. So let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel for more content. Make sure you hit that notification bell because YouTube is kind of lazy on sending out notifications these days. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I'll see everybody in the next video. Later, guys.